Touching base in Nigeria, the chairman, founder of a US-based tech company, Intellect, visits Nigeria, meets with the director of Lamesco Limited, a leader in engineering and technical services that has upheld a high standard of quality in production for over 50 years, and the team of Greenfoot Global Resources Limited, an innovative tech company that is into software development and internet service, amongst other things, led by the MD, Moses London, to explore the possibilities of collaborating and investing in the tech and healthcare industries in Nigeria. Intellect has been around for over 25 years now, and it's been used by many companies in the US across multiple industries, from government to state agencies to the commercial sector, manufacturers, pharmaceutical companies, healthcare companies, and private industries. One you will be familiar with is CDC, Center for Diseases Control, including other multinational companies. Its focus is primarily on quality management, meeting the ISO 9001 standard of quality. It allows you to ensure that your processes and organizations are very standardized and measurable. And you can have continuous improvement also across the board. It's really all to elevate the organization and all the products that they produce and all the services they provide to their customers in order to ensure a consistent and reliable quality management for customers. It also meets requirements for the FDA, which is the highest standard for drug manufacturing in the US. And plus, it also meets the requirements for 270,001, which is the information security standard in the US, also a global standard for information and data protection for its customers.
My name is Moses. I'm the MD of Greenfoot Global Resources Limited, and to my right here is the founder and chairman of Intellect, formerly known as Intellect. Right in front of me is the managing director of Lamesco Limited, Nigeria. Briefly, we're going to be talking about the Intellect product and how we are going to bring it into the Nigerian market and make every institution benefit from the product. We're asking a few questions, and it's going to be telling us about the product, about his company, and then we're looking at the possibilities of how we can collaborate, be partner in working together so that we can achieve more grounds and then push the products into every corner. Sir, you would like to tell us about this product, the Intellect, so that we will understand what this product is about.
Fundamentally, this platform allows you to take all of these processes that are required to be followed by the ISO standard, and you can run them and manage them through our software. Okay. Starting with the most fundamental one, which is document control. Documenting your procedures, ensuring people are following those procedures, making sure that they are trained on them, making sure you track the revisions, the changes on these documents. All of that has to be very tightly controlled and very tightly auditable. So there's basically this whole industry. In order to verify that you meet the requirements, you have to do annual audits and so on, and that's part of how it follows it. And then you also have other processes like training module to ensure your employees are trained. You have supplier management to ensure your suppliers are certified. You have audit management to do your internal audits and external audits. You have calibration and maintenance for your software, for your equipment. Corrective action, preventive actions. Those are processes around how do you, if you find a problem, how do you fix it? How do you prevent it from happening? Non-conformances, deviations, a variety of, and many other ones that are for, again, the pharma, the medical device, the nutraceutical industries, cosmetics, general manufacturing, process manufacturing, and component manufacturing, and logistics companies. All of these who are following that standard can all use that. And also many healthcare providers usually want to follow that same standard as well.
Yes. Which means this cuts across everything, production, every industry. We actually need this in every.
Yeah, I mean, industry. Definitely ISO 9001 could be applied to any company. We as a company have become ISO certified as well. We went through the whole process. We use our own software internally to basically get through that certification, and it made our life so much easier to be able to use that software versus doing it on paper or manually, which some companies try to do, and it's very cumbersome and inefficient and costly to do it that way. So by using the software, it allows you to streamline that whole process of getting certified.
Having hearing all these things you've been saying about the software, this sounds a lot more like SAP.
SAP is more ERP software
Okay.
that's for managing your accounting and resources and planning and so on.
Okay.
This is primarily pure play focused on quality
Okay, good.
and meeting the ISO 9001 quality standard.
Okay, fine. Well, how about the user experience? Do we need to learn how to program to be able to use it?
I mean, the platform is a no-code technology,
No-code,
and that's
okay.
what we actually started the company with this technology that lets you configure without any programming, drag and drop. You can build out any workflows, processes, forms, capture data, do reporting, and so on. Now we have embedded AI built into it as well.
AI.
So AI capabilities built into it, so you can search very easily. You can interact with the software. You can scan and review documents, have it answer questions about all that. And there's constant innovations going on. So that platform is the foundation. And then what we did was we pre-built and configured modules on it, which is for quality specifically.
Okay.
And because everything's built on this no-code platform, you're able to then use it as is out of the box, or you can tailor it to specifically your internal process.
Okay.
If you have some unique way of doing things, you want to customize it, our no-code solution lets you do that, and it doesn't require any programming. It could be done by anyone who gets trained on it. They're not programmers. They're basically usually people who like technology. They're tech savvy. They can learn it, and they can configure, modify things if they want to, and also build additional applications if they want to talk to the rest of them. It's all built on this Intellect platform.
We have a hospital management system, laboratory management system, queue management system.
Yeah.
What's the possibility of integrating with existing software?
Yeah, I mean, from the beginning, it's an enterprise-wide, scale solution. So it's designed so that it can connect with existing systems. So there's
Okay.
a full web services API allow you to connect with other systems. You can pass data back and forth. You can import and export data very easily. You could use triggers. You can, programmatically build connectors to different systems. We have some out-of-the-box connectors already set up for various systems like Salesforce and DocuSign, and those are already pre-built. But then and Oracle and even SAP at one point we've had a built one. So, but you can also create other ones as well using the API that's available.
Intellect is based in the US, and now this is Nigeria. Do you have any company that is the license holder of your this?
We basically work with many partners throughout the world. So Lamesco is one of the companies that we've teamed up with in the past, and we work with them where if there's an opportunity in Nigeria, they can bring it to us, and we can work with them and provide them the license to be able to resell in Nigeria. And that's how we've actually set up this, because we don't have our focus is North America primarily, but through our partners, we're able to expand. So we have partners in various parts of the world, like in Canada, we have in Australia, we have in the Middle East, we have here, different parts of the world. There's partners that actually they resell in those industries, and that they understand the market, they understand the whole dynamic here and so on. And so we would prefer to work through the partners.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. So that will lead me to talking to Mr. Antonio, the director of Lamesco. You have something to tell us about?
Well, speaking of QMS, Lamesco has been API ISO certified since 2012. Our system is already paper-based. Like my brother was mentioning, that a lot of old companies use paper-based systems. It can make your system, I guess, more efficient, more effective,
paperless.
And paperless. In relation to my brother's software, as you know, Roses, we've been trying to sell it in Nigeria for a good number of years and implement it in some industries. As ISO is can cuts across all types of industries, government agencies, and so forth. The issue becomes the internet reliability, the electrical reliability. You have power issues here. Not every company, every business is set up the same way. All those infrastructures can also affect people implementing such things. So maybe, like you say, hospitals or government bodies or private corporations may be the kind of market where Intellect can sell it. And not just that, if we can prove it here in Nigeria, we can then maybe try to even sell it in other countries if we can prove the concept here.
Can we make it multi-tenant?
It is. It's cloud-based, and it can be. We use AWS as our main provider, and we also have the ability for our customers to, if they prefer to host it in a local cloud or private cloud or on-premise, they have that choice. That's one of our big differentiators, the ability for giving them that option. Many solutions out there do not provide you that flexibility of choosing whether you want on the cloud or on-prem. We provide both options for our customers.
Beautiful.
And gives them that decision point for them to how they want to do it. And it's mobile accessible, so you can use your phone to access it. You can use your iPad, tablets. Many customers prefer to be on the field. Sometimes they even can access it and then go offline. While they're offline, do some work, and then go sync back up when the internet comes back.
So that means it has both offline and online mode?
Yeah, so the way it's essentially any screen you're working with will automatically go offline if you happen to lose internet connectivity, and then you could then still use it and then go back and then sync it back up once you go back online. So it has that capability built in, because many of our customers sometimes have to go underground, or they go on some remote sea or something like that situation. They don't have internet access there.
Yes.
And so it has that ability to sync back up.
Okay, that's interesting. That offline online mode, that's another sellable
Absolutely,
point we can use in pushing the product.
I mean, and AI has been a very big, obviously, innovation in 23 and 24 that we've released. We were one of the first companies to actually put it out there in the market, embedded into the whole quality management process, because there's a lot of documentation, a lot of research and training and learning, and so now it enables people to find things much faster, be able to learn this information much faster, interact with the system, and as if you have an AI assistant helping you, and you can do that with documentation as well as with data analysis. You can actually analyze data for you, and it's all built into the platform.
Greenfoot Global Resources, Intellect, and Lamesco, thinking of the possibilities of coming together to push this product into the market, and also looking at fusing it with the hospital management system, because definitely even in the hospitals these days, there's a lot of quality protocols, procedures you need to pass through.
Yep.
And I don't think any hospital management system in Nigeria presently have that covered. I've been developing softwares for years, and we've not seen that being taken care of. We only have modules for insurance and other HMOs, but they have other very manual way of checking doctors, their treatment procedures, all those stuff.
Sure.
So I think if we have the quality management part of Intellect, I think that's just like a module or just one part.
It's actually multiple modules, because it depends on how many processes you want to
automate.
Under the ISO umbrella, I mean, and depends on the industry and so on. There could be, I mean, we have about 30 different modules that we have pre-created and across industries and so on. So it really depends on each organization how far they want to go. And also there could be something custom that you can create for that industry that maybe is unique to the country, the specific industry or process they're trying to do, and that's available to.
So you don't have to have an ISO process in your business, in your private business to have it.
And obviously, if you have it, then it's the obvious thing to do. But if you don't have it, we have some customers who just want to elevate their quality standards in the organization, and the best framework out there is the ISO 9001, which we actually modeled, and it's global, right? So if you want to do this right, this is the way to do it, and we have it out of the box. And one other thing too with the hospitals, I mean, quality inspection is probably one of the most common things. That's another module. There's also safety elements.
Okay.
As I mentioned, environmental health and safety with hospitals, they care about environment. They have to care about spillage. They care about safety observations. I mean, there's also modules for each of these. I mean, there's safety observation reporting, there's inspection reporting, and there's other things about chemicals and how you manage chemicals. That's also a very big part of EHS, environmental health and safety, which ties into quality. They're all kind of under the same ISO umbrella, and it's very critical to do them correctly.
Okay. How about the government? Like, for example, Delta State government. I have access to the Commissioner for Environment. We could push words and talk to them about our product. How do you think they'll be able to use this to automate their process?
I mean, Nigeria has oil and gas as one of the largest industries here, right? Oil and gas is a very big practicer of quality management and EHS, environmental health safety. So in the US and globally, they're one of the part of the customer base that we have, because when you're on a rig or you are on doing these processing of these big plants, I mean, it's EHS, environmental health safety is number one, but also ensuring that you do things the right way from a quality perspective, which should prevent issues. I'll be surprised if today it's not a requirement. I bet you it's a requirement of the government, but it's probably done manually, right? It's probably being enforced in a manual way, but so these large organizations, I mean, what QMS software does, it streamlines it. Instead of having to need like a department of 10 people just to pass paper around, you can really, keep that department and not add more as you grow, or even you can have a much smaller department because of the fact that everything's digitized. And then if you have issues like the pandemic, and you can't find paper anymore, everything's online now, right? I mean, paper just doesn't work anymore.
How do you protect against data breaches? And
So we have the
and,
27001 ISO security, which ensures that all our processes are being followed correctly. So we've already implemented all the controls, and there's, I think, a list of I don't know how many hundreds of controls we have to actually meet and procedures in order to pass that audit and inspection. So we do everything on our side to ensure that, and and plus we work with global standard, and I mean the gold standard AWS, which is the center for hosting. So when we're hosting for our customers, we're using all of their security protocols and everything else, and then plus our controls, and that gives us a very solid concept. You can implement your own controls the way you want to ensure you have that protection. And again, we have ours in addition to that. So it puts the onus on the customer to ensure that they have those protocols in place. We provide the software, they put it behind their firewall, and then they have to ensure they have those processes in place.
Say, for example, the Medical Laboratory Science Council, they have a procedure they follow in approving laboratories. And I can show you, I believe right now they are still running on manual system. Don't you think if we have Intellect to take care of this and put it on a cloud for the Medical Laboratory Science Council, for example, it makes it easy for their team to go out to all laboratories and make sure they follow the right process, they have the right documents submitted?
One of our largest clients is Mérieux NutriSciences, is a French conglomerate in the US. They're called Silicur.
Okay.
They're the largest food testing lab in the US, and they do other testing too of drugs and so on. But they've run all of their procedures, and their whole quality is in our software. And essentially, where they used to tell us, like before Intellect, they would have like a wall of folders and just manual stuff all over the place. They'd have to manually track all that, and they would have constant manual audits and so on. So they moved everything to Intellect, replaced all the paper, and now everything is there. Everything is kind of streamlined. People can do things constantly in the system. So it's not like you have to wait for the audit. You're constantly running these procedures. All the employees are trained on it, so that when the audits happen, it's much more streamlined. It's easier. They can just see the information online. They don't have to print anything and go back and chase documents. Everything's in there. And so for the labs, I mean, there's procedures around calibration, maintenance, measurements that they have to take, and plus obviously the document control, the audits, the training, the same fundamental processes are still applicable there. But it's in the US, it's regulated, and they use a software like ours. It's a very common thing, and then the government, if they make sure those labs do follow that, they can also ensure that the system is customized in a way that makes their life easier. So when they go in for the audit, it's potentially just a report. They print the report, and the report will tell them whether they meet the requirement or not. Something as simple as that could make it much more efficient for all sites to get that certification.
This is the right time for us to hit and push it into the market. Let it be a win-win situation for both the industries, the institutions, and us as a company. So everybody will be happy in the end.
I was born in Nigeria myself, so I'm a native of Wadi actually.
Right.
But I haven't been here for a long time, and I'm happy to come back here this trip and see everybody and get to reacquaint myself with the country. I mean, it'll be awesome if we can actually contribute and bring back and do something with Nigeria. I've tried in the past, and it's and it'll be something that will be very positive for everybody. So I'd love to see that happen if there's an opportunity.
This is kind of an investment in the country,
absolutely.
To help us better our system.
Yep.
So Nigeria will be proud to have you back to put these things in place. And
obviously we have a very strong relationship with Antonio and Lamesco, where they've been here for 50 years.
50 years. My God.
So we can definitely leverage that expertise and that.
Yes. Okay. Anybody who knows Lamesco for what they do, they know if it's not doable, they are not attempting it.
Exactly.
So, thank you very much, sir. It's been a very great pleasure, and I'm honored to be here. My team, honored to be here to meet you. I will look forward to meeting you more, and we'll share more ideas, talk about and looking about more collaborative ways we can do business and then make profits.
Absolutely, and thank you everybody for your bringing us together and taking this initiative and leadership and trying to figure out how to do this for Nigeria. I think Nigeria needs more companies like yours who are striving to digitize and help.
We're doing our little best.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's great, and it's a great initiative for you and your team. I love to see software emerge in Nigeria. It's a great business and it's the future, right? I mean, artificial intelligence and all that.
Thank you very much.
The three leaders concluded that a partnership leveraging Intellect's leading EHSQ solution with Greenfoot's Smart Lab platform a medical laboratory and hospital management systems software, and Lemesco's 50-plus years of experience servicing Nigerian companies would be a fruitful and valuable endeavor for the country.